Hi, I'm Suzanne,
I'm Hunter.
and we're going to be talking about how women in TV shows are affected by the whole Madonna whore dichotomy. Within our culture, the media normalizes how men divide women into two mutually exclusive categories, the Madonna and the whore. Women who are put into the whore category are women who do not follow society's patriarchal and hegemonic heteronormativity. Men classify women into two separate categories: the saintly Madonna, who can be described as innocent, virtuous, virginal, pure, deserving of marriage, respected by men, and dependent. The whore, on the other hand, can be depicted as a sinner, aggressive, sexual, expressing traditional male attributes, and not marriage material, as well as being devalued by men and independent.
So the the television show that I chose to focus on was The Big Bang Theory, and I felt like that would be a good television show to focus on because there you have both like the Madonna and whore dichotomy in there. So Penny, who is the blonde depicted in the series, is she's portrayed as like the dumb slutty blonde that she's kind of like, I don't know, she'll sleep with anybody. She doesn't have any like intelligence when it comes to book smarts, but when it comes to street smarts, she is intelligent, and she ends up marrying one of the scientists in one of the later seasons. But the only reason she pursued a college education was because she ended up marrying him. In the television series, it demonstrates how stupid she is both in public and in private. And she fits into the stereotype that pretty women normally don't have intelligence. And in the television series, like, she's also heavily dependent on any of the men. If like something of hers breaks, like she doesn't know how to fix anything herself, even though she lives alone. Um, and all of the women in the film, whether it be Bernadette, Amy, or Penny, they're all like homemaker, like typical stereotypical gender roles, like cooking, cleaning, housework. Um, and then you have like the two female scientists, Bernadette and um, Amy, who are both domesticated. They're victims of misogynistic and sexist comments and stereotypes, and they like depict the idea that like if you're really smart, you can't be pretty. In the show, Penny dresses really cute, but she's not intelligent, and these women like dress really nerdy, but they're really smart. Um, Sheldon Cooper's girlfriend, he humiliates her in front of his friends and in front of his bosses and coworkers, and also in private. And Bernadette is kind of like turned into the mother figure, um, by cooking him breakfast in the morning. He calls her mom because in the series, like his mom is never really shown. But he kind of starts. She's his wife, girlfriend, kind of starts to depict the roles his mother was taking on, and the scientists just are portrayed more of like unattractive and nerdy, like symbolizing that they don't have the capability to both be beautiful and smart.
So for the show that I chose Young and Hungry, which was a TV series that started in 2014 and went to 2016. It has 4 seasons, and it's about how Gabby Diamond was hired by a millionaire tech entrepreneur to be his personal chef in his apartment. He during a drunken encounter in the very first episode, they end up sleeping together. And from that moment forward, Gabby is the victim of the Madonna whore dichotomy, where no matter what she does, she is objectified and sexualized and ridiculed by her fellow characters on the show. Gabby is the stereotypical dumb, slutty blonde. While her talent and her passion in her career is cooking, she does still demonstrate that she is dumb within this field. There are still moments where she is questioning her own abilities, and her own abilities are questioned by other people as well, even though she is still good at her job. She's sexualized through the clothing options and behaviors that she's displayed. While it's easy to argue that Gabby does have a control over her sexuality, this puts her in that horror category, since she does exhibit, and she's a consenting adult with another consenting adult having sex. She is still shamed for this. She's shamed and she's not respected by the male characters within the show. Her boss, for one, Josh, will constantly ridicule and judge her when she is sleeping with other people, and if she's not sleeping with him, which is an unhealthy relationship between the two. Gabby is shamed by even her best friend Sophia, who displays these same characteristics. They're both categorized within the horror part of the Madonna whore dichotomy, but Sophia still shames Gabby. They have this relationship where both of them will sleep around, but they're taking control of their own sexuality. So while they are sexual and they have that control of themselves and something that they like to do, they are depicted in a shameful manner, and people ridicule them and put them down for this. And they're objectified because they're treated as they're not worthy of something more than just a sexual encounter. There's moments where both Sophia and Gabby have opportunities to have a relationship, and either their character is designed to mess up this situation, or someone outside of the situation will mess it up for them. These women, since they are depicted as being sexually independent, will not have that relationship, because women in the whore dichotomy don't deserve marriage according to this. And so by the end of the series, neither Sophia or Gabby are within a healthy relationship. Sophia is completely single, and Gabby keeps fluctuating in and out of relationship with her boss. And so neither of them, based on the Madonna whore category, are deserving of marriage, because they do have that sexual independence. Gabby in particular, because she does sleep around and she has the independence of her sexuality, her coworkers even decide to make comments on it, because she'll bring up her encounters of the day before, and typically it's always her boss or her coworker Elliot who decide to comment on her experiences and decide to shame her and objectify her because of this. And it's an interesting thing, because none of the women are depicted as a Madonna in this show. They can start off having these Madonna characteristics, but slowly you dive deeper into their character and they display that they are actually the whore, and they aren't actually Madonna. They are given whore qualities as you learn about these characters, which is kind of unfortunate, because these women characters in the show are not allowed to have well-rounded personalities.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's
All right.
it.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.